All right, so for our first problem today, we have our beginning of the week helping out a new student problem. So this week's problem says, help, we have a new student and trying to complete all this work is looking really daunting. Factoring a quadratic to find the zeros has a lot of steps, 6 to be exact. Can you help this new student out by arranging our steps in the proper order? So if you look down here, we have all 6 of our steps, and we're gonna figure out what the order is and kind of drag these into the correct place. So if you haven't done this already, go ahead and pause this video and just try this. See if you can get it yourself first. Okay, if you haven't, I think what's most helpful is if you look on the left here, I have our 6 steps, and we're gonna kind of just go through this together. So first thing we got to do is we're going to use this example, y equals x squared plus 5x plus 4. The first thing we have to do is, remember, identify our a, our b, and our c. Well, remember the a is the number that comes before the x squared. So what number is right here? Well, when there's no number, remember that's a 1. B is the number before the x, which in this case is 5. And c is the number that's by itself, which in this case is 4. So there's our first step. Our second step is we have to set up our diamond problem. Well, how do you set that up? Well, remember in the top goes a times c, and in the bottom is going to go b. So I'm going to erase that so we don't get confused, but a times c will be 1 times 4. So 4 goes in the top, and then 5 goes in the bottom. Okay, now we need to solve our diamond problem. So third step, solving the diamond problem. Well, we got to come up with two numbers that when I multiply these two numbers together, they equal 4. When I add them together, they equal 5. Well, that's pretty easy because there's only two sets of numbers that could multiply together to equal 4. It could either be 4 times 1 or 2 times 2. Well, which one of those, when I add them together, equals 5? Well, 4 and 1. So that's how we solve the diamond problem. They got to multiply together to get the top. They have to add together to get the bottom. Okay, once you have that, you're going to take those two numbers and you plug it into your factored form. Your factored form always has an outline that looks like this. Y equals parentheses x plus some number, parentheses, and another set, x plus some other number. Well, those two things we found are those numbers. So the 4 could go in this one, the 1 could go in this one, and it doesn't matter if those are flipped around. It's the same thing. Finally, our fifth step is we're going to use the zero product property to solve for x in both of these. And just very simply, that means we're going to take our first factor and we set it equal to 0. So x plus 4 equals 0. Well, these are one-step equations. You need to get x by itself, so we're going to subtract 4 to both sides. Well, 0 minus 4 is just negative 4, so x equals negative 4. That's one of our zeros. Then we do the same thing for the other factor. So x plus 1 equals 0. So that would have been our sixth step over here. And we subtract 1, we get x equals negative 1. So those are the 6 steps, what we just did. See if you can arrange those in the proper order. And then we have this example down here to refer back to as we work on this today.